Very recently, I would like to share a case with you. Around 4 years back, a 14-year-old girl in Kurnool, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, a student from residential school. One day she bid goodbye to her mom. Normally she would come back by the evening, but that day she didn't turn up. And this happened in 2015. Her mother receives a call from the school authorities, residential school authorities, saying that your daughter is not feeling well. Please, would you like to come and see? Please take her home. By the time she goes there, she's dead. And it was like as if she hung herself. That's what the school authorities says. And later they realized she was raped and she was killed. And justice was not done. And that mother, after I had such a colossal defeat in 2019 these elections, I was sitting in my office, I was handling my own failure, and this mother of that kid, that girl, with her husband and one of my youngest daughter, she comes and meets me. She shares her experience. It's like, Anna, this is what happened to my daughter. And everything is there, right from the certificates of she has been raped and everything, whatever has to be, the perpetrators has to be punished, but nothing had been done. And because they're powerful, the case is not moving forward. If it is in cinema, it is like, it's quite a dramatic scene. You go, do justice in 2-3 minutes and come out. And you get money for that. But in real life, I felt so helpless, so painful to look at a wailing mother who lost her daughter. It was churning for me, like, my stomach was churning, looking at her pain and agony. And I said, and people whom we have to fight against, they're very powerful people, who has a lot of muscle, who has tons of money. Even for me, to fight against them was not an easy task. I told her, okay, I'll look into it. I don't know how to take it forward. Then I went ahead, slowly in 2-3 months, we gathered we gained some strength, we started addressing, and now finally a week back, we did a huge protest rally in our hometown called Kurnool, and we got the state government to make sure the case will be taken by CBI, and where the state government, for all these years, the previous regime neglected and the current regime neglected for a while. Now it cannot be. They could not do it anymore. You know why? It's because if we are committed, if I would have needed a seat, if I would have wanted to be a Rajya Sabha member, if I wanted to be a parliamentarian, if I wanted to be an assembly, things would have been different. But my purpose here is to stand for the people who are oppressed and helpless. And as long as I'm committed to it, I'm fine even if I lose multiple times. But I will stand for this nation, I'll stand for the weak and meek. And I would like to end there with this small verse of poetry in Telugu. This is written by Mr. Seshendra Sharma, who was a recipient of Sahitya Akademi Award. This Na Desam Na Prajalu, my country and my men. This was shortlisted for Nobel Prize, though it was not selected. If you ever feel, as you want to get into politics, as you want to be leaders, leadership is all about solitude, solitariness. You'll be completely isolated. Not even a friend will stand by you. Not even a friend will understand you, what you're going through. At these times, what you need is, you have to keep on get hooked to certain inspirational lines. So try to read a lot of poetry. Try to read a lot of biographies. So for me, when I go through a complete loneliness, a depression, yet certain times I go through. So I only think of one thing. When I feel extremely depressed, when the truth is not going to win, that's what the real circumstances are. So at that time, I read these 4 lines. Samudram, ఒకటి కాళ్ళ దగ్గర కూర్చొని మరగదు. తుఫాను గొంతు చిత్తం మరడం మెరగదు. పర్వతం ఎవడికి వంగి సలాం చేయదు. నేను పిడికిడి మట్టే కావచ్చు కానీ గొంతెత్తితే ఒక దేశపు జెండాకున్నంత పొగరుంది. So the loose translation of this is, you have to forgive me for my English translation, though I'm not a poet, though I'm not good in English. But I prefer to, it's a loose translation of what I said right now. A deep ocean will never bark at one's feet. A twisting tornado's voice will never say, "Yes, master." A mighty mountain will never bend and bow. Maybe I'm a handful of dust, but if I raise my voice, it will reflect the pride of our national flag. We should be grateful for the nation we are born in. And how be patriotic, be accountable, be responsible for your actions. And this country, we are of different ethnic groups, different linguistic backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds, yet always this country amazes me. We come from different backgrounds, different linguistic barriers, cultural barriers, yet we feel as one. We feel as one India. We feel as one nation. That is the greatness of this nation. No matter how many foreign forces would try to come and divide us, we will stand as one, we will be united as one. So, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I'm grateful to you for listening to me. And normally I end up my speeches with Bharat Mata Ki Jai. I would be grateful if you say Bharat Mata Ki Jai. And thank you. And Jai Hind and Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Jai Hind.
बहुत बहुत आभार कल्याण जी.